What are the chances that Hurts can win the Heisman, Dusty?
He's got a realistic chance. I think it's going to be tough. And I'm not going to go out and say, like I said last year, that there's no way. I said last year, there's no way Kyler Murray can be as good as Baker Mayfield. Wrong. Yeah. So I don't want to say that, right? But at the same time, he is following two guys who had prolific college seasons to win their Heisman Trophy. I mean, Baker Mayfield set the quarterback efficiency record in NCAA history, only to be bested by Kyler Murray last year. So I think there's an element of voter fatigue, and I think there's an element that not only will Jalen be compared with the other players in college football, he's going to be compared with the last two Heisman Trophy winners at Oklahoma. He could have a phenomenal season, but it still may not translate into a Heisman Trophy.
First things first, Dusty, records are meant to be broken. I think that's the first thing we have to admit.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Hey, both can be broken. But beyond that, you look at Kyler Murray and Baker, they left some meat on the bone. What I mean by that is they didn't go undefeated. Jalen Hurts can go undefeated. And let's take it one step further. None of them will have the story that Jalen Hurts has. True. I don't know if we've met a more selfless football player. Remember, Jalen Hurts could have taken the Kelly Bryant approach, and in my opinion, he should have taken the Kelly Bryant approach. Chunk the deuces, had 2 more years left to improve his game and work on his craft. Instead, he stayed at Alabama, helped them beat Georgia to go to another national championship. He sacrificed a year. The whole nation saw that. So even if his numbers statistically aren't as impactful, I think the story behind that can really sway people.
I agree. I'm going to piggyback on that. And all I'll say is he has a chance. I don't think his numbers are going to be quite as good as his predecessors, right? He has a chance to do something that neither of those guys have done. And he's got more experience in this college football playoff than anybody on the staff and in that meeting room. Mm-hmm. He's won games in the college football playoff. He's won a championship. He can do that at Oklahoma, cement his legacy there. He'll be one of the best quarterbacks to ever walk that campus.
Now, here's the kicker, Mark. They vote before the championship, which is what might actually hurt Jalen.
Correct.
That's a good point.
I think that's his point. He could not win the Heisman yet. When you look back at his career at Oklahoma,
yes,
what he did that
bigger
season,
correct.
It could actually be a bigger impact for the team, for the program, than just winning the Heisman Trophy. I think it's a great point, and it's very realistic. And if he has a chance to play his former team in Alabama, holy cow.
That's ratings.
That's what
ratings
stories are made of right there.
I feel like
write a better story.
People are rooting for him, right? I feel like everybody just has it's a general consensus, like, we want this guy to do well.
Yeah.
What Acho said is exactly right. It's an amazing story, and in a time where quarterbacks are looking to find the door, go to the next place to get an opportunity, he stood strong.
He did.
Right? And he did what a true leader does. He stood with his team, and when the opportunity presented itself, he made the most of it, and he led his team to a championship. So I'm with you. He won over America. He is definitely America's darling. I think that's what's so interesting about this. Some will say voter fatigue. Some will compare him to the former Heisman Trophy winners, and some are going to be rooting for the story. It's what makes this upcoming season for Jalen Hurts that much more exciting.